Kentucky coach John Calipari out. He's finalizing a 5-year deal to become the head coach at Arkansas. He leaves Kentucky with 4 Final Fours and 1 national championship in 15 seasons. He won 410 games in his 15 years there against 123 losses. It's the 4th most wins and the 4th best record of any D1 team in the country in the last 15 years. He also won 6 SEC regular season titles, 6 SEC tournament titles, and the 2012 national championship. But there hasn't been a lot of tournament success in recent years, and now he's out. And so JWill gets up with us early this morning. Jay Williams from Phoenix. We got UConn and Purdue tonight, and we will get to that. But let's start with this. What is your reaction to Calipari out at Kentucky for Arkansas?
I agree. Last night, I was literally shocked. I was floored. I just watched him and Mitch Barnhart, the AD, talk about how they were going to move forward. Now, I knew that there was a $33 million buyout, and the chances of Kentucky buying him out were slim. But I thought this was going to be, that season on the brinks with Bob Knight. I thought that's what this season was going to be for Cal with Kentucky. But at the end of the day, if Kentucky fans didn't feel that John Calipari lived up to the hype, you talk about 4 Final Fours, 1 national championship, countless NBA players, and the legacy that John Calipari has had at Kentucky, this is a win-win for both programs. They don't have to give him the $33 million buyout. He can go to Arkansas. He has a new deal there, which I'm sure is going to be a groundbreaking deal. He actually resets the table, starts over, is going to bring all those Kentucky recruits with him. And then, by the way, for Kentucky, now it gives you a chance to start over. If you want to be older, if you want to go for a guy like Scott Drew over at Baylor, if you want to try to pull Jay Wright out of retirement, or a guy like Billy Donovan with the Chicago Bulls, or if you want to go with a guy like Nate Oates, who is one of the hottest coaches in the country right now, literally at Alabama, who just took his team to the Final Four. A lot of options on the table for Kentucky.
Well, that's so well said, because, look, Calipari's legacy from his time at Kentucky is going to be that he basically put half the NBA into the league, right? But for the Kentucky fans, I understand they're thinking, well, wait a minute, we're not about trying to have half the NBA. We're about trying to win here, and he didn't do that as consistently as they believe he could. Nate Oates, his name came up with Paul Feinbaum a little bit earlier here, Jay. Do you think he would leave Alabama for this job?
Look, I think Kentucky is one of those jobs that it is the top of the top. It truly is. And it's not saying that Alabama can't get there basketball-wise. And Alabama's fans have showed up. Like, I've been through it this year watching Nate Oates. One of the things that you have to think about when you go to Kentucky is that the bar is the bar every single year, and that's to win a national championship. And it puts a lot of pressure. I think there's no doubt the style of basketball in which Nate Oates plays and his teams actually execute will be one of the most fascinating styles. It's an NBA style, Greeny. It's 3s and 2s that can definitely fit with Kentucky style. But you have to recognize the pressure that comes, that it's not like, hey, get to 18, 19 wins. It's win a championship or a bust every year. And if you don't, they're going to want somebody who could.